This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Hey, what's up?
Not much. Good to see you in person for a change.
I'm back, proof of life, baby.
Been a month.
Yeah, it sure has. I never got to tell you why it happened, by the way, before we introduce our guest. I'm okay, clean bill of health. I took a giant rip from a dirty bong, and a piece of the tar in the bong flew up into my lung, got lodged in there, and gave me pneumonia.
Oh my, is that something that can happen?
Yes, I did not know that could happen at all. And I just only bring this up because we have a guest today that knows many of the perks and dangers of weed smoking.
Drug addicts.
You want to introduce our guest today, Dave?
Although, our guest is the only person that's talked me into doing drugs in the past decade. He's a very funny comedian. He's the king of DUIs. Cody Wright.
Thank you guys for having me. It's so nice to be here.
Thank you for coming out.
Now I'm terrified. I didn't know that you can fucking...
Yeah.
I didn't know Rez could do that. So I have been growing my own weed, and I got myself sick.
Yeah?
Somehow, I guess I dried it wrong, and it was a bunch of bacteria in there.
Oh, no.
But also, I don't know for certain if that's what it was. Or maybe, I'm starting to think maybe I got a little residue in there, and my bud's perfect, and I'm the best grower that's ever...
So
that could be.
He got pneumonia, and you got the sniffles?
I don't know.
That's a fucking weight. That's a weight issue right there.
100%.
I don't know. I feel like I just won't go to the hospital. So I could have been on death's door. Who knows?
All going to the hospital, like, it gives you the awareness that you have something, and that's what kills you. You can ignore away any disease.
Absolutely.
I'm convinced.
Once you find out you have cancer, then you have cancer. Like, before you have it, you might cure it by accident. Like,
right.
I probably had cancer 6 times. I might even have it right now. Just cured it.
I've melted it away once. I felt it melt.
Yeah?
Like a snowman.
I was just like, nope.
Not today.
You feel that, when you have like that, like one pain in your lung, like that's definitely a little bit of cancer. And then you're just like, I think it's gone.
Yeah.
I think it's gone forever.
I think I had a little like chest little thing last night, and I was like, I'll just wake up and poop it away in the morning. Poop my cancer away. Yeah.
That's how I like keep up like with my health. I get really, really sick with something. I had to go into urgent care, get chest x-rays. They were like, you have pneumonia. I was like, but no cancer? They're like, doesn't look like it. I was like, yes.
We haven't really looked, but I mean,
yeah,
from bird's eye view.
Yeah, you're looking all right. I was like, okay, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah, pneumonia's a tough one to ignore.
Yeah,
that's
like you get the like it feels like there's other lungs inside your lungs. It's like
you're
a Russian nesting doll of lungs.
Yeah.
The air has to go through each one for you to breathe.
What was fucking me up was I kept getting a fever that would break and then come back an hour later. So I was constantly, that like really shitty day when you're sick and you're just sweating all the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out of that. It was like I was like a rebooting computer. Like I kept getting a fever, it breaking, and then like keep coming. And then I was like, all right.
It's usually like in your sleep too, right?
Yeah.
So basically you just like go to sleep and you wake up, you're like, I'm fucking working.
Yeah,
I'm working hard on this.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. I sweat. Yeah. I was sweating so much while I was sleeping, and that's a weight issue. And I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the fucking thing. And I got there right in time because like the very next day I was all fucked up. So I would have had to go anyway. It's one of the first times I ever like was ahead of, usually I must be dying to go seek medical care.
I guess we got different pneumonia. Because I didn't have anything that was contagious, but I had to miss 2 weeks of school, which was great because it sucked. It hurt for 3 days to breathe. After that, they're just like, all right, now you can just sit around and play fucking video games.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like they just didn't know. How long ago was this?
I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I missed
40
like a
years
month.
Ago.
Okay. But yeah, I got a weird one.
That's a little off.
Yeah, I got a weird one though because I actually had something in my lung, so I think that's why I was all differently fucked up. But yeah, clean your bongs, people.
So what did they give you? Like, does it just go? Like, don't worry, it'll breathe itself out. Or you just got a little residue kind of dang. I've always wondered, like, when you eat food or like breathe something in, how's it? know which hole to go in. So, like, how does he?
No, I had to
I have the
explain to
same
me.
problem with dating. Anyway.
I thought you were about to say I have the same problem with dicks. I never know which hole to
Yeah,
shove
you
them
fuck them
into.
and they get pneumonia. That's the. You have like a flap. In
Okay,
your,
yeah.
in your thing that like opens
Just
when you
the-
breathe.
and that
close.
guy's just knows it all.
He's just working, baby.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's just working. And then if you do breathe something in and it's not like too bad,
Yeah.
you have like these little hairs that in your lungs that like literally lift things up.
I have hairy
then-
lungs.
Yeah, you do have
Like
hairy
a
lungs.
cilia.
Yeah,
Ew.
that's it. Yeah,
Ew.
and it pushes like the thing into your stomach eventually. Like
Okay.
if you like,
It'll eventually be like, all right, get it.
yeah, which I'm sure
Or
mine does
kill
with like
you.
Cheeto dust and like Chex Mix pieces and stuff like that and all the other shit I breathe.
There were people that used to do like the Incredible Hulk when they were like smoking a blunt and just go and just
Yeah.
breathe it in. I'm like, did that go? Is that just chill? Your lung is on fire.
Yeah,
Like,
I never did that. I was too
no,
afraid.
I would never do that.
Wait, they just swallow the smoke?
they would just like the whole like it would be like a roach of a blunt left, and you just go and it just goes into your mouth and it's gone. And I'm like, did they eat that or is that in their lungs? I never knew because they cough like they're dying.
Yeah.
And
They didn't have a pair of tweezers on hand?
no. That's like the original game of Operation. Just some dude just fucking cut somebody open.
Yeah. The funnest part was when I had to go see the second doctor I had to see when I got the chest x-rays. And he was like, once you're cured, and he was open about it. Like I got it from smoking weed. And he was like, it told me I can't smoke weed for another month. Even though I feel better, I have to like let my lungs heal. And he was like, but he started it by being like, now are you going to smoke marijuana again? Big thing. I'm like, no. Like, and I looked at him like, yes, I will. As soon as I'm fucking able. If you give me a month, in 32 days, I will be smoking weed.
Oh, I thought he meant like, are you gonna listen to me or not?
That was basically, well, yeah, I think he
Like-
was kind of like that too.
It's like, are you? Cause I was gonna be like, I'm gonna go home and smoke weed right now. It's good for my lungs.
Right.
Because-
If I could, right,
Fine.
I'd be smoking right now. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you're off the
off
stuff.
for a month.
How
so,
long? And now, is this like you smoke every day?
Yeah, more or
Okay.
less.
So have your dreams started getting crazy?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
that's so funny that you mentioned that. I didn't even make that connection. Last night I dreamed, so a headliner that I worked with a couple months ago, I dreamed that I was working with him again, but in order to feature for him, he made me wear a Grimace costume from McDonald's.
I've actually seen that in the comedy game before. A few grimace openers. Like, get out there, you
Like
fucking
Grimace.
idiot.
So yeah, I had this weird dream and I didn't want to do it, but then I was in the Grimace costume and then I felt like a fucking asshole. Like this is what I'm doing for my career.
Do you remember any
Man.
bits that you had as Grimace?
No,
Any
I-
Grimace bits?
I feel like it was
Grimace bits.
Grimace bits. All of my bits are Grimace bits.
Fuck Burger King, dude. Just get up, just like roast Burger King.
What's up with this Ronald asshole?
Man, making comedians wear Grimace costumes just to get ahead in the world. What if that becomes the new dresses?
I think it should be. I think it's
Cat Williams would be like, they put a Grimace costume on him.
just that whole interview.
Yeah.
But he's in a imagine Grimace trying to sit on that weird ass couch that he's sitting on, just like falling over. He's like,
Shannon
fucking
Sharp.
lights his head on fire from the fucking thing.
Shannon Sharp dresses the Hamburglar. You can't say that.
Come on, Grimace.
Yeah, that sounds a little racist. Let's pull back from
You think?
Think so?
the hamburger. You have so many McDonald's characters to choose from.
Oh, okay, because
I
he's
think the
involved in-
I think
Hamburglar.
there's-
No, well, what is he gonna do? The chicken nugget guy? Because that's racist too.
There's
Is there no? There is no
Ronald.
chicken nugget guy. I guess.
Wait,
I'm
who?
racist.
Okay, wait, who was there? Is there just Ronald Grimace and the Hamburglar?
And the chicken girl, right?
Was
With
there
the
a chicken
braids?
girl?
Yeah, she
I
had
don't-
like braids.
I don't know.
I
Who
don't
you're
remember
talking.
her name, but yeah.
Oh, there's a whole fucking slew.
There's
of
Mayor
them.
McCheese.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
So,
make
okay.
Shannon Mayor McCheese.
Okay, he could
Yeah.
be that. That's actually funnier because he's got the burger head. So yeah, okay.
Yeah,
he
it's
could be
a
Mayor
it's
McCheese.
a high office. He's not a criminal of any sort.
You're right. My bad. I wasn't thinking of the social connotations of making Shannon Sharp the Hamburglar.
I think you knew exactly what you were doing.
I agree. I'm jumping on this early, so when I do a racist joke later, I'll be like, yeah,
We're tied.
but I stood up for what was right. Yeah.
I was on my way in here. Sorry to change the topic off.
Oh, no, please.
Grimace but
We don't like structure.
good. Me neither. But so I was on my way in. Finally, I get into Philly, and there's like a homeless guy on the corner, and he's walking. He takes my route in between my truck and the other thing, and I roll down. I have like a bunch of change, so I'll grab some quarters. I'll get the big boys for the guy.
Yeah.
And I rolled down my window, and he's like, I have my business logo on the side of my truck. I'm an exterminator. He's like, mug a bug. Yeah. Let's go. Thank you, brother. God bless. I was like, after I left, I'm like, from now on, I'm bringing business cards. and I'll be like, I'll be back every so often to drop off more business cards and a few extra dollar bills.
Yeah.
Start giving these to people. I don't really need to do much else because I feel like the homeless guy will like get cockroaches and stuff like onto the car. I feel like if I just use, homeless men as my course of salesman, I feel like I really could.
Don't you want to be? Don't you want like people that don't use the cockroaches as pets though?
I don't want them using my services. I want them going up to houses and just being near them, and hopefully they need my services.
Like the cock. Oh, that looks way more comfortable than this guy's shoe. So,
It would be pretty easy to do extermination for a homeless guy. Not a whole lot to spray, right?
Either that or way a lot. It's the whole earth.
The whole city, yeah.
We read the news. That move is coming soon.
What's that?
They're gonna start spraying for homeless or whatever.
Oh,
Here's a bomb that only affects unhoused people.
I haven't gotten that call yet. Someone's like, there's just like a homeless guy laying in my front yard. Can you take care of him? I'm like, I actually don't do anything bigger than mice.
That's
Give him, beat him with a sock full of nickels.
Well, he has the change.
That's what I'm saying.
After I'm done beating him, I'm like, this is actually your change?
Just dump it out on him. Yeah.
Thank you for using Mugabug.
So how many DUIs are you up to?
Right now we're at number 2.
Okay.
Well, you're not currently because you drove here, unless you just drove here.
I got my license back. I had it back for about 3 years. I still have a breathalyzer on my truck, and I've had that on for about 4 years. I get that off on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Oh, how sweet!
Yeah, no more blowing from me.
Yeah, you'll be done kissing your van on Valentine's.
I honestly don't know if they'll take it off because there's been a few times where me and my buddies were like, let's see what we can blow, and then I realized I'm like, they probably send that. Yeah. They probably send that to a court. And there's like a few times where I'm like, woo, Porto 2, dude, that's pretty. They think I'm like getting ready to drive.
So how did they get you?
I pulled over. They didn't put on a light. All right, so the first time
you pulled over for a cop without the lights on?
Yeah. No,
You knew it was coming?
Yeah. It was.
Well, that's an admission of guilt.
a little bit, and so the first time I hit a tree, so I was just like, I was just there, and I was just in a neighborhood, and there's no woods in that neighborhood, and
it would have been funny if you hit the tree and then backed up and then parked on the side. Like I got off to the side. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, officer. I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna pull over. I
in.
think you guessed it, or it might be a little under the influence.
Well, the first one, I was working at Outback at the time, and a bunch of people that were working there. I didn't have work that day, so I went like with a 30, and people who were working were coming out and drinking a beer and then going back in. I was drinking a beer every time anyone would come out, so I was fucking blacked out.
Yeah.
Apparently, I took a cigarette order, went to go get the cigarettes. On my way back, the road I thought I was on is just a straight shot to the store. The road I was on turns into a big ass tree, and I think I was getting a beer from the back seat or something fucking really stupid. And next thing I know, I'm just like waking up. There's a tree, like I could roll down the window, stick my arm out, and slap the tree.
Damn.
Because I didn't even touch a brake. My phone's on my lap, and it starts ringing, and it's my buddy Connor, who's the dishwasher at Outback, and he goes, "Yo, dude, I just got fired. So did like 5 other people.
Jesus.
Where are you?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I'm fucked up. Like I just hit a tree. I'm like in some neighborhood. I don't know where." And then someone comes up to the window. He's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, gushing blood out of my eye because I fucking hit the steering, the airbag and shit. And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. Can you like tell my friend where I'm at?" And they're on the phone. Tells him where I'm at, and then he's like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna call the cops and we'll figure this." I'm like, "Thanks, fuck."
Oh, no.
Because I told him, I'm like, "I think I'll just drive off." He's like, "Well, the tree is right. You see the tree? you feel the tree." And so my buddy Connor drives to the scene of the crime. Now there's a whole neighborhood outside watching me. My buddy Connor drinks and drives drunk to the scene of the crime, gets out, and is now part of the fan base that is accumulating, watching me fail the sobriety test. I'm sitting in the car first, and then I'm crying because I'm so hammered, and there's 2 empty 30s littered in the back because it crashed. It went everywhere. 2 empty 30s. They're like, have you been drinking? I'm like, no, there was a deer, man. Like, there's no woods around here. I'm like, it was a baby deer. I don't know why making it a baby made it better, but I remember that part. And then basically I failed the sobriety test by doing the Michael Jackson spin. When I got, because they said like when you walk straight and then you got to turn around. I'm like, but your feet has to stay like this. I'm like, I don't know how else to do it besides doing like a little spin. And I did the
kick. To lift them.
You did a little Shimona.
Did the kick, everything, and got put immediately in the handcuffs. And it was just like, what the, I nailed that, dude. Who would do that sober? And now looking back on it, it was one of the more hammered things to do.
They give you the 3 tests. There's the alphabet with no melody.
Yeah.
Which I thought
I never had the alphabet.
I thought I had that shit beat.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they're really listening for LMNO. Because that part you just fucking sing. Right. And then my cop friends, no, they fucking know. They can just see it in your eyes. Like
I bet that. Yeah, they're just you trying to think of letters in order. Like, fuck, dude, I can't do this without singing. It's like it must be such like a crazy. Also, people just end up saying like, I can't even do that sober. I think
that's
right.
Like, that's a good. Wait, so there's that. There's the one I fuck up every time. Was the like I don't. I almost say I can't do that sober. The foot 6 inches above and you have to balance and then touch your nose.
You just gotta tell them you're flat-footed.
Well, it turns out I can do it pretty easily sober. I don't know.
I also love that every cop has a device that scientifically measures your blood alcohol content from your breath, and they still make you do the like.
Right. Yeah, they could just do it right then and there.
Yeah,
if they wanted to.
Yeah, they like to put you through these games.
I think you can say no to that though. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Or you could say, just give me it if you're innocent.
Yeah.
But you got to keep them on their toes.
Yeah,
make them sure that they're sharp at their shit.
Right, yeah.
I would kind of wish I got pulled over at least one time where I wasn't drinking a little bit. So that way I could really just like see because one time they're like, you're not following the pen at all. I'm like, I'm looking at the pen as much as I possibly fucking can. Dude.
I have to say it's the greatest feeling in the world. It happened to me on the way back from AC once. I was completely sober, but I guess my tire was a little low, so I was swerving a little.
Yeah.
And I could have fucking high-stepped that fucking.
It'd be funny they still put you under arrest and you just refuse a breathalyzer, get all the way to the station. Then they finally can give you the breath. I think they can force it or like they take blood. Oh no, actually I never blew into it.
I've
gotten 2 refusals now that I think about it.
I've never gotten one on the spot.
Which is automatic 7 months license suspended your first time. And then the second one is an automatic year.
Yeah, I had to take it. Well, I took it when I got back to the station. I never got one on the spot.
No, yeah, me as well. They tried to do it in both spots, and I just like I have scoliosis, so my lungs are incapacitated.
Okay.
Which then they cut to me in the fucking cell room just doing push-ups and sit-ups. Like, I'm getting ripped for jail. Fucking cop walks up to the glass window to tell me my mom's on the way, and I just spit blood. And he's like, "Well, that's on the inside." So like into the glass window, and it was a $500 fine to clean the cell.
Spit blood.
That was It wasn't like Adam. It was a glass window.
Wow. So wait, okay, so.
Hold on. You were gonna just breeze by. Why did you even feel that you needed this? What was going on?
Because he was giving me a DUI and I was pissed, dude. I didn't want that.
And it was still blood from your head, I imagine.
So this is blood. I also like bit a hole through my lip.
Oh, okay.
So I basically could have like this eyelid was like no longer attached to this eyelid, so I could have just like kind of look at you like this.
Oh damn!
And then this lip was just like kind of like this tooth was like stuck in it when I woke up.
Ooh, ouch!
Man, here I thought you're one of those bad apples. Like because there's some of us that just we get where we need. We point A to point B. You know, just
the first one was like whoa. First one was like whoa. Second one was 10 years. So there's this thing I thought like after 10 years your first DUI goes away from your record. First off, that's not true. Second off, I was about 6 months off anyway, even if it were true.
Okay, so how'd you get caught the second time?
Second time, I was literally like not even a mile from my house. I was coming back. This is like more of the Hollywood. I was coming back from like a football Sunday thing, and I'm like pulling up to this turn. It's at a light, but you don't have to stop. You yield, but there's a bunch of cars kind of waiting there, sneaks up on me a little bit. That might have been a little bit of the alcohol, but there was wet leaves on the, it was a little rainy out, so I hit the brakes and then I start sliding. I'm like, fuck. So instead of like sliding into a tree or a car like I have before, I'm like, let's get a DUI over here. I moved out of the way, which honestly, pretty good maneuvering for if I'm that hammered. But what happened was I slid a little bit into the intersection, and there was a cop going where I'm like, fuck. So I make like this right turn into a alley that you could just yield into, and as soon as I go in, I see it turn green, so I just go up and I just pull over. So I'm like, he's definitely gonna pull me over, which I could have probably got to my house if I just fucking sped. And then got out of my car and be like, I wasn't driving. Wasn't even me. Wasn't even me. But yeah, no, he pulls gets me out. I basically fail whatever. I thought I was all right, so I get angry again.
I bust my lip open again. Spit blood on him.
Yeah. I was like, fuck these stitches.
Yeah, it's $500. You got.
I just didn't see Cody becoming like the stereotypical like prison scene. It's like Clarice going to see Hannibal Lecter. I didn't see you as behind the bars being like, yeah, bitch, and just being like, yo, Cody, what the fuck?
Prison Cody is a totally different guy, as we're learning.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not like because I could have probably gotten out of the second one if I was a little bit more well mannered, but like immediately I was just so mad, dude. The cop had his hair gelled into like a wave. I'm like, what are you, a fucking pussy, dude? You gel your hair? Oh, gotta go beat up black people to let me get my hair gel looking nice. So I'm like, I'm also on a little bit of coke. So I'm like,
Wait, that doesn't even you out?
I was gonna say
that's
that's
a good
so
driver.
that's why I was like, dude, what the fuck? I'm actually being pretty responsible right now. I get to the station and now so he's still there and he's just like kind of ignoring me, and then another cop walks in with a mustache and I decide, good cop. That guy's a bad guy. I'm like, so I make friends with him. He's like, this guy's funny. What's your problem? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Tell the other guy, like, like, sweet mustache. I like how your hair's not gelled like your piece of shit partner. And they're just like, your mom's on your way. I'm like, God damn it. Ma, I did it again.
Isn't that every Italian cop though?
So I kept seeing him too. I kept running into the what?
We're a little far off of like SVU. Like we're in Jersey. Like I don't know. It feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just imagine all Italian cops are the gel, the Irish are maybe the mustache.
He was Italian. He wasn't.
I know. Yeah.
I love you sneaking in and making one good cop the bad cop and just being like, "Hey Jeff, everyone hates you. Just found out, new best friend."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
So it's a little bit of like I'm doing jail bits.
Yeah.
Like this is like I'm like this is Cody. This is how I.
Yeah, the cops aren't doing good cop, bad cop. You are. You're the bad cop. You're the good cop.
I decided, and then eventually they both became bad cops, as they usually do. When they're like, "All right, here's your ticket." I'm like, "You're a fucking loser too. Here's some hair gel." You go to the bathroom. You're looking a little ugly compared to your partner now.
And so your punishment for the second one was breathalyzer in the van?
Breathalyzer for dude. The second one, so it's weird because I got it the day they changed all the laws.
Oh, really?
Usually it was 2 year license suspended. And
house arrest, right? Used to be.
House arrest.
Third.
Yeah,
maybe
Third's real jail time. Right?
Yeah, it was 2 day jail time that usually gets put into like a weekend sentence, which is what I had to do. I had to do 4 weekend day jail days, which were very fun.
Oh right, you talk about this on stage.
Yeah,
I recall.
Yes, I do. And then that breathalyzer on my car for 4 years, but it didn't start until my license suspension wouldn't start until I got it on. So, and my suspension went the year, so I had to get it on, and you have to go take your car to get it calibrated with the thing on, which is so it's really impossible unless you drive illegally or you hire a driver.
That's
and
how they get you.
I luckily, they're like, just don't drive ever again. Somehow, pandemic lined up perfectly.
That's what
and
I
didn't.
remember.
I didn't really have to do much of the shit. Like they're like, yeah, community service. Just ask your neighbors. And I'm like, yo, Bruce, I need you to write me 5 fucking things. I mowed your lawn. I've done everything for you. He's a Vietnam War vet. He's just like, yo, dude, like this guy had saved my life. I just sell him weed on discount.
That's right.
But it is a community service when you think about it.
It really is.
So wait, because you hosted the the initial, the first comedy from COVID show back in your backyard.
That's right.
Was that? So that was your mom's house?
Yeah.
Okay, you had to move back in with her because of the DUI, or were you
I
already
was
living there?
still already living there.
You were still already.
I
living
also I was still already living there. And you know what? Didn't see anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I thought it was chill.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend at the time that started to point me like, this isn't so chill as you think.
Yeah. They
I'm
don't.
like, what are you
they
talking
don't-
about? I have comedy shows in the backyard. What the fuck? What else do you watch? Like maybe not live with your mom? I'm like, that seems a little harsh. You know, I feel like I don't know if we're gonna be able to do comedy shows in other people's backyards.
Some ladies just don't appreciate an entrepreneur. You know.
Like, that's what I was. You know,
That-
and that's why I didn't.
Yeah,
really
have
go.
to see. That was the fucking super spreader event of the.
Honestly, like at the
century.
time, it was very like it fluctuated really quickly because like at the time like we need this, and then we did it, and that night was like everyone's like yeah we needed this,
Well,
and
you-
then the next
yeah.
morning I'm like oh I killed everybody, oh my god everyone's gonna die because also I did a little bit of cocaine that night too, so it was like a lot of anxiety coming in. You killed everybody.
Well, you said you only invited like 12 people, and then 80 showed up.
I
And that was
only-
just to perform.
I only invited 12 people, but also I was like, I also put sign on, like, I didn't tell anybody like that, like about the show to come, like besides like friends. I just posted like I still have the picture I drew. It was just like a stick figure drawing of someone doing stand up on stage. Like I call it comedy speakeasy. Like didn't even put a location. Like message me for the location of the show. Bring your own chairs. It'll be sanitizer there. I didn't even get anything.
I don't think. Yeah,
I got pizza, which is like the most shared food.
yeah. You try to like police people not going in your house, and then. But I was like, I'm a civilized person. I need to use a real bathroom.
Yeah,
I don't
I had-
want all these people seeing my dick.
Yeah.
Let's save the laughter for the stage.
Yeah. I had one like comedian, like a green room bathroom. I don't know if anyone knew about that, but
I did. It was my first time standing up to pee in months.
you just
At COVID, yeah, I
Get you sat down?
yeah.
Take a load off?
Every time in the apartment I live in currently, I have not stood up to pee yet.
Prison style the whole way.
Fuck it, I'm
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
I'll get comfortable.
Why not?
So
Maybe
what,
something else will happen. Who knows?
It's like a guy going to the bars. Maybe I can pick something up here.
We were just talking about how you before we started recording how you've been training on sitting on the toilet without your legs falling asleep.
No, I do it. I sit on the toilet
Dude.
with the goal of having my legs fall
It's called
asleep.
Stephen Hawkinging.
Yeah.
And all the kids are doing it.
No, because there was a story about the kid who got paralyzed from that happening. I'm like, fucking kids are built wrong, man.
What a
Yeah,
dump
I
that
do
must
that.
have been.
Yeah.
You just come out and be like, kids' legs don't work anymore.
Didn't
How long
get
was
to
you on the
do-
toilet? You have to be on the toilet. How long are you on the toilet? So that way we know how close.
I don't know. I got Twitter or X, whatever.
However, 1 tweet is in
Yeah.
the space of we could probably figure it out.
Yeah,
from
when
the
you
tweet.
lose all feeling below the waist, that's when you're done. Jim.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when it's over.
when it starts going upwards.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I can't really
is there-
feel my tits.
Is there a paralyzing point?
Yeah, probably. I think it's right at the diaphragm, which you have no idea where it is.
It's
You better
true.
be careful, dude.
I thought I before the show I said "What diaphragm, that's like in the pit of your stomach or whatever. And then they corrected me. I was damn, I've been shitting from the wrong spot.
You've
or
been
what-
shitting
yeah.
from your diaphragm. Yeah.
No,
He's got
that's where you're
fucking-
supposed to push from.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing from way lower.
Which
Yeah.
I'm just repeating this for the viewer, but that is how you take a hemorrhoid. That's how you get
It's
hemorrhoids.
the hemorrhoid zone.
The hemorrhoid push.
I mean, I've had them before. I don't know if any. I heard they're for life, but like I got one when I was like 19.
it's butthole herpes, I think, right? It's like the same as getting cold sores
It's
on
an
your ass.
inflammation.
Yeah,
Just I've never had herpes. Do they eventually explode? And then like, okay, now it's gone.
I didn't know I had a herpes, and then like I just exploded blood. I was like, that. Hopefully, that's coming from the outside. Like, hopefully, that's like a crater hemorrhoid, and not like my liver just was like, yeah, we didn't decide on filtering this blood. We just decided to toss it. We'll build new blood. Fuck this.
But you
I don't know how
shot that at a
body
cop too, which I found impressive.
What's that?
You shot that at a cop
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
you're
impressive.
Don't go near cell 8. There's like a kid who shoots blood at you like an octopus.
Yeah, kind of like a snot rocket, but it's vast.
I mean, fucking hair gel cop already had herpes anyway.
I
though.
do for
Italian
sure.
cop. Yeah.
No, it's fun. No, it's great too. I see him all the time. And every time I drive by him, I'll be like blowing in the breathalyzer, but I'll also have a 6-pack. I'll be like, look at your fucking stuff.
You're making me do this.
I'll make sure I put 2 of them like on the seat so it looks like I'm drinking them as I'm driving them.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So speaking of the, all right, so you talk about the DUI stuff a lot in your comedy.
Yeah.
So has an audience member ever come up to you in tears afterward and like, I lost my mother to a drunk driver?
Not yet. So far, everything's been cool. Besides, I did a TikTok that got something like that. Because I have I did some weird video where it was basically because I was just listening to Hall & Oates. And they have like sweet ass saxophone solos.
Oh yeah, they do.
So I was starting my car and I was just like, I'm like, this will be fun for the people. Let me show them what it's like. When you have it was more so to be like, this sucks. But also I look like I'm having a blast. And I am. But someone was like, you piece of like so upset about that. And I'm like, what are you, my dad? He's like, I'm like, I didn't know you were alive, Dad. And he's like, would you kill him drinking and driving? And I'm like, yeah. Actually, as a matter of fact, you did. But so I don't know if in person if I would be able to be like I think I would just feel really bad and be like I might be like it wasn't me.
Yeah, I mean, stop making it about you.
Yeah.
When I posted a joke about Eric Clapton's kid falling out a window. People,
That was such a good
like,
joke.
I lost a child. I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah, we're
you
talking
didn't
about-
lose that child.
Listen,
Yeah.
the only person that can cry about this is Eric Clapton. All right, shut the fuck up.
Right. Friend of the show. Thank you for listening.
For her friend, yeah. And I only made the joke because he's out there spouting like, oh, don't give your kids the vaccine. I'm like, dude,
Don't buy
Don't.
anything besides a rancher.
yeah. Let's say, stop giving parenting advice.
Yeah.
Right. That is pretty crazy. Yeah, wait, he had like a whole bunch. He was like anti-vax.
He's a piece of shit. He's
Well, I thought he actually. So I heard he had gotten. He has like a song, anti-vax song, right? But he also like didn't he get like
face.
Yeah.
It's
But he-
not coming in the air tonight. Yeah.
But so I wonder. Yeah, maybe. So he either got fucked up from the vaccine. Maybe he just was smoking some res and it got.
They
popped
got
in-
into
it
his
popped
lung
in
and he
there.
just
He's like,
didn't know.
"Fuck this vax, dude."
But before that, like back in the day, he would like go on stage and shout for like a racially pure Europe, even though his half of the Cream catalog is old black musician cover songs.
Well, someone's got to. He's got to eat, to get the message across. Yeah, true. It's like you go to Europe, they're like, "Hey, I know I'm doing it, but you fucking better stop."
Yeah. So, because people are like, oh, I'm gonna make a joke about a kid dying. I'm like, well, first of all, he'd be 30. He'd be in his 40s by now,
Yeah,
or
this isn't
whatever.
a child we're talking about.
No, we're talking about a man, a grown ass man.
Yeah,
Well,
how- what's the statute? The statute of limitations on making a dead kid joke should be till that
That dead
kid's 18th birthday, I think.
Yeah.
That
And
dead
then-
kid needs to grow up. He needs to, he didn't, and that's the problem. And that might be the problem, but the dead kid needs to, just grow the
up a
fuck
little
up.
bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of statute of limitations, there's an unspoken statute of limitations on DUIs, right? Like there's just but talking about it. Like if you're drunk and you're like, I'm driving home, people are like, no, you can't. Like they'll treat you like you're about to kill a kid.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But at a certain point, you can talk about a DUI like in the past,
Yeah.
and it's funny. Like, oh, come on, I was in college, it's fine.
Yeah, you just
whatever.
leave out the part when I rolled over that kid and then backed up and then rolled over the kid again. You just
It wasn't a
leave
baby deer at all. It was a human baby.
that. That's why they were upset.
Were the DUI laws just the DUI laws when they came out, or did they have like a daytime, nighttime thing? Because if you run over a kid at 3 a.m, isn't the parent a little bit responsible?
A little bit. How do we know he didn't throw him right under there? How do we know?
If your kid's out at 3 a.m,
Yeah.
there's a good chance you fucking threw him right.
You know what? It's how about instead of DUIs, how about what's it? A curfew.
Yeah.
I think they have those.
There's a clip online that I saw a couple months ago. It was in the UK, and it was the weekend that their DUI laws were coming into effect, and they were interviewing people who were coming home drunk from the bar. And it's like I was being won over by their arguments. One guy was like, "Whoa, I want to go drink with the mates, and how am I supposed to get home?" I'm like, "Well, you make a great point. How do you get home?"
I thought
in this
they outlawed
situation?
sober
Yeah, that's
driving.
actually what'd you say?
I thought they outlawed sober driving. I mean, just so they stay on the wrong side of the road. Oh man, we can't have a sober person fucking
bet,
going
yeah.
in the left lane and fucking head-oning with these drunk people.
I like how we decided, like, nah, we're We're going the other side. I guess maybe there weren't roads back then, so I don't know. There was just like one road used to be, right? Back in like when we first got to America.
This is the best thing. So back in the day with your horse knew how to go home, right? Because it was a horse.
Oh.
So what you would go and get drunk at the bar, and if you got like shit faced, fall down drunk, they just throw you on the back of the horse, slap the horse, and the horse would just go home.
Horse
so you would
GPS.
wake up like slung over your horse, like
Can't feel my legs.
Wait, so
Can't feel my legs or my arms. I'm stuck. You ever like fall asleep and both your arms are numb and you're
Yeah.
like face first in your pillow? I'm like, I might suffocate. That, but on a horse, you're like, oh, I don't even know how to.
Like,
Oh my
so
god,
wait,
I'm
did
so
we-
hungover.
Did we let the horses decide what side of the road is the right side?
Yeah, so we were too drunk to figure it out.
Okay, so we were already both established countries by the time the automobile came along.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what. So originally, I thought
Yeah.
maybe we were doing it to be spiteful, but now it seems that we just couldn't come to an agreement.
It's the reason we don't use the metric system. I have to assume.
sure.
You think it's all stubbornness?
Oh fuck! Well, who would choose
The imperial
fucking
system sucks. Yeah.
12? Okay, now this we're gonna measure in 12s.
Obviously.
this we're gonna measure in 64s. Fucking
Obviously, some autistic person that loved.
Yeah, and the rest of
Well.
the rest of the world's like, well, we do have it like broken down into like 5s and 10s, and we're like, no, that's too simple.
we hear you, but we're a little bit wacky over here.
I want ounces and fluid ounces, and I want them to be completely different measurements.
So the right side of the road thing has to be some kind of spite then.
I think so.
I think so. Although I believe that they're wrong in that one. I think only a couple countries drive on their side of the road. Most of the world goes with ours, I think.
Yeah, like I drove in Greece, and it's normal. There's a lot of parts of Europe that don't drive on.
Is there
Yeah,
any
it's just
place,
the right
part of the world where it's like, wherever you're feeling, man?
side. Yeah,
Can you
India.
normalize not calling it normal? Because that might be insensitive to the abnormal.
Sure,
Yeah.
of course. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to Europe.
Now what are you gonna say? You don't know what to say now.
I'm never mind. I was about to call them the W word that we used beforehand.
No.
No, what?
That's Patreon content.
That is Patreon content.
I actually just found this out yesterday because I was looking up sodomy.
Any particular?
Well,
which video?
I got in an argument because I thought.
Just
But
say you were
anyway.
watching porn, dude. You don't need to make it all formal.
No, I was
Sounds
having,
way worse.
I was having a conversation about sodomy, about what the definition was. So I looked it up, and they're like, and the British call it buggery, and I was like, that is what we need to
We
start.
got it.
That needs to be the go-to.
He buggered him. Yeah.
Buggered him, dude. Oh man. Wait, so that's sodomy? Is that like?
Just butts. I thought
butt
is
stuff.
it's butt stuff? No,
thought it was
consent
like a-
or no consent?
I thought it was a date rape thing.
No, it's
So-
just
but
butt
It's
stuff.
just butt fucking.
Because, all right, so it's just butt fuck. Because I don't know if this has been thought of before, but I was having a conversation with Dan Madden about being raped in the ass the other day.
Okay, sure.
sodomized in the
Obviously,
ass
yeah.
unconsensually.
And if there's a person to have that conversation,
It's
with,
Dan Madden.
Dan Madden and through text messages, so that way all the stuff is still there.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know Dan Madden, this guy knows about butt fucking.
He sure does.
for sure.
but I needed to clarify that this was an argument and not porn because I don't want
Yeah.
people to think I'm looking up date rape.
Yeah.
At least not directly. I don't want those words in the search, but I'll like find,
But
Yeah,
if you look up
I
buggery,
have
that's
to, I have to
delightful.
circle around to it.
Go on Reddit. No one checks your history there.
Dave wants to feel like he turned the corner, you know?
Oh, sodomy
What?
just fell into my lap.
Who left all this ice cream out? What?
Well, me and Dan came to the conclusion that getting raped in the ass should be called a bummer.
Yeah, sure.
I
like that.
I like how you had a
That
moment
was-
of. Yeah, sure.
That was Dan being like, that didn't really deliver funny for me in the way that I wanted it would. That was Dan like, oh,
Anything
yeah,
you need to
okay.
get off your chest?
Yeah.
And
Something
your
you
asshole?
want? Yeah.
No, something's been buggering me.
Something you want on your chest? Yeah.
Getting mind buggered right now, dude.
No, I was thinking like so. Sodomy, I know, comes from the Bible, from Sodom and Gomorrah, right? There were the people of Sodom, and there were the Sodomites, and I guess they were all butt fucking,
How
right?
do you Gomorratize something?
Right. What was going on in Gomorrah? Because whatever the fuck they were doing, we're either okay with it now, or it was so weird we don't even approach.
I
Someone
would
keeps
pull up
fucking
the-
in the wrong hole. It's like it's poop again. I don't know how do you get the. I feel like it's this hole. I really feel like it's the top hole that's doing the thing, not the bottom. The bottom's just always poop. A little bit of cum comes out, but it's usually poop. No matter how much you come in there.
If a hooker came up to me and said, "Hey, do you want a hot Gomorrah?" I'd be like,
How much?
I I have to see what this is.
Gamora was the name of Thanos' daughter in those movies, right? In the MCU.
So she paints herself green. And
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Hey, I'm for that. If it's a green Zoe Saldana thing, I don't care what. She can bugger me in that outfit.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there you go.
Fucking James Gunn, he fucking loves painting hot bitches different colors.
It really works.
Yeah.
It truly does.
Yeah, he fucking Nebula, hot as shit.
Yeah.
The gold bitch, I forget her name in real life, hot.
Oh, yeah, hot.
And then Harley Quinn,
Hot.
he fucking loves. That's a fetish. I think everyone called him out for being a pedophile. Let's look into his painting hot bitches.
Yeah. That's the new thing. It's like, oh, I don't like the color they are. I'll change them, but I won't change them to a normal color.
Oh, yeah.
That's racist.
It is a little racist, right? But if you change them to a color that nobody is,
Yeah.
you can kind of like get around
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, I don't like black people. I want them to be green. People
Yeah.
are like, oh, now it's okay. Now it's
But
okay.
to make it okay, I have to make a white chick blue.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
You got to cover the trails.
And they have to be sisters. What buggery is this?
Oh, man. Dude, I don't want to steer this any certain direction, but I do want to talk about me peer pressuring you.
Yes,
Oh.
I want to talk about this too. I'm interested in this story.
Well, thank God it wasn't weed, because apparently that would give me pneumonia.
You can catch pneumonia from that.
And the stuff I had at the time was probably the pneumonia
It
weed.
was the bacteria weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so what? We went to your open mic,
Yeah.
and then I drank 17 beers, and then you offered me. Well,
I gave you some psilocybin mushroom chocolates,
Ooh.
and we were all tripping. Like, I watched Dave fucking just munch on these the entire night. Like a lot. Like, there's 5 grams of mushrooms in a full bar. You must have eaten at least 3/4 of a
Oh,
bar.
damn.
I'm a big boy. It wasn't fucking kicking
It
in.
was,
So I was
dude,
like,
it
all
was
right.
so funny
Classic
'cause
mushroom mistake.
everybody else like was tripping pretty hard, and my one boy who was like visiting from New York was tripping probably the hardest, and was just getting so mad because it wasn't phasing Dave at all. He's obviously like the dude tripping balls the most. It's like, look, he can't even handle it. He's like freaking out. I'm like, why do you relax?
I did
man?
yell at one point. I was like, I fucking want something to happen.
Yeah.
And it isn't.
Yeah. He just like sat there, and I was just tripping. I'm like, you can't get to him. There's no getting to him.
Unfazed.
It could be your metabolism, because shrooms are like that. My friend from college, Adam, same way. Whenever we would trip, everyone would get an eighth. He'd need a quarter just to be on our level.
Wow.
Like something about his body like rejected the poison.
So that's what my metabolism's focused on these days. Because I would
I think if we numb your legs while we do it, maybe it'll kick in
there
quicker.
you
It's
go.
less body to trip.
All right. Next time I go to your place, I'm just sitting on the toilet the entire time.
Don't worry, I got a leg belt.
Real belt.
Leg belt.
This is real tight.
What the fuck is why can't I use a waist belt?
Because I didn't name it that.
Okay.
So it is just a waist belt.
And you're
But I
the only-
didn't name it that.
You're
so.
the only drug user that'll tie a belt around yourself for mushrooms. That's mushroom belt right there.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, that's gonna be some good merch.
Yeah, we're gonna sell the Weekday Comics mushroom belt.
Mushroom
now.
belt, yeah.
I dig it. It was funny too. Patty Gallagher. He's like, whatever you do not let Dave drive home. And I'm like, you got it.
We waited till daybreak.
I got you to daybreak, and then after you left, I'm like, man, I'm still tripping pretty hard. And then I'm like, wait, he ate more than me. How was that? How was that?
It's I
I
started.
mean, it was like 7 a.m.
Yeah, so the it was a little cartoonish.
It's like
It
little Mario
finally
Kart.
started to take effect.
I
I was in control of the car. I think I would have. I don't think I would have passed anything, but like I gave no reason to pull me.
It would have
over.
been funny because I don't know if they would have known what to pin you on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this guy's drunk. 7 a.m.
You
Right.
have shroom pupils, so they know something was up, right?
I had stopped drinking
Right.
considerably.
Yeah, you were good.
before
I think
that.
you were good on.
But I drank a fuck ton too. Yeah.
It was probably you probably still
Yeah.
dancing around the .07s.
You probably reeked of booze as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
Canned beer too.
Actually, I brush all my guests' teeth before they leave.
Oh, nice. That's nice of you.
That's really
I'm
nice
trying
of
to be
you.
a dentist, but I don't want to get paid for it. I'm trying to just be good at everything because I'm really afraid that the end of the world's gonna happen soon. I just watched 2012 for the first time. It was a mistake.
Oh yeah.
And I constantly, every time I see like trees or like a hill, I'm like, is that tree moving? I feel like there's a thing coming.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
hasn't yet,
those
but-
Dentistry is going to be a very useful skill in the apocalypse.
I think
you
so,
know?
because like
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, I got this like human flesh stuff. I'm gonna do zombies or whatever.
Of course, yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, the
with
mines
meat.
might have been just 12 years off because you know
think
they're
they are.
using that fucking metric calendar or whatever.
Yo, shit.
I mean,
Right.
you guys saw you've scoured the headlines. They have the new disease X or whatever, and they said it's 20 times more powerful than COVID.
Oh,
Yeah.
man,
Means
this is
people-
like they're starting to come out like super soakers now. This one's way more powerful than the last. You don't even have to pump this one.
Well, you know, China puts one out, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of copycats. That's
You really
the way
thought
it
this was
works.
gonna be a one-hit wonder, and then it turns out they were putting out a whole album.
That's right.
Yeah,
I've changed my tune on who to blame. Wrong Asian country.
You're not
I've
blaming them?
decided
killing it, hon.
it's Japan. Japan is responsible for
COVID?
pandemics.
Let's do it.
Well, just think the first thing I did when the first pandemic started, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now Disease X is out there. What's coming out next month? The Final Fantasy VII Remake sequel.
Ooh.
Japan is
it's
fucking
there's a direct
poisoning-
correlation.
yeah, so they can have people sit at home and play Final Fantasy VII remakes.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, this still, the fantasy hasn't, they were still alive. Let's keep making it. This was supposed to be the final one.
We're gonna get
We're not
Mako-
going to make
yeah.
it 8 because that's going to make us sound wrong. Again, for the 7th time.
Your Final Fantasy knowledge isn't quite up to date.
No, I'm not really sure of how it goes. I'm actually more so thinking of the movies, and I think that's Final Destination.
There was just one
They're
Final
all
Fantasy
fucked on
movie,
those-
and it was the worst.
Oh, it was terrible. They were all fucked on those anyway, because there's like the online ones that don't have a number, they're not part of it. Then there's like Final Fantasy VII 2. Now there's, I guess, Final Fantasy VII 2.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
when you
put
do
that-
the A's and B's.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Alec Baldwin should have shot someone on the set of that movie too. What a fucking throw that movie in the can, or is it can means it's done, right? Whatever. The other can, the trash can.
Yeah. It's done.
Would you
Dump
see
it.
Rust if it comes out?
Yeah,
Rust?
of course.
What's
The-
Rust?
Rust is the movie that Alec Baldwin killed the
I just want to see the scene in which the accident.
You got to see where the
Right.
cookie crumbled.
cookie. Yeah, the cookie crumble.
I was going to say, like, you got to see where the sausage is made. I ended up in cookies. I'm like, I don't fucking know what I'm going to do here.
I don't think they're going to release it, though. I think it's fucked.
I mean, but you can't make her just die for nothing.
I mean, it was just a job. I don't think she was like
Yeah.
she was one of the camera people, right?
She was an assistant cinematographer.
That was a job.
Cinematography is a highly touted.
Sure, but like assistant cinematographer, you're still just taking that job. You don't really believe in the.
Let's ask her family and then be like, is she an artist? Or should we just let this go? Does she care about this?
Every big cinematographer started as an assistant cinematographer.
Sure, but I think at that point, when you're an assistant cinematographer, you're getting a shot, right? Because you're working right with the cinematographer, but you're still not picking your own
Yeah,
projects.
she's
The
like- and you're-
cinematographer might be able to.
But you're doing a western, those famously have good cinematography.
Must be fun to shoot. Yeah.
So you're studying probably under someone good.
Bitter.
I'm just saying, the movie should come out,
I would like
They
it to
didn't-
come out.
they
and it will be bad, probably.
They did Batman. They could probably just use a few things with Heath Ledger left over.
Did I ever mention I worked with the
Where?
on a movie called Brawl in Cell Block 99? I worked with the
what
AP
city?
who
Dude.
you can look it up.
No. We're all stopping. Do the thing. How dare you not
Yeah,
say
what city was
this
Cell
in?
Block 99?
Damn,
filmed?
what-
This was in New York City.
Yeah.
I did this job in New York. I had just moved back from a little town, Cody, called Los Angeles. I don't. Do we have a sound for that yet? I thought we,
We
had
just
a-
did it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I was living in a little town on the
You
west
would use
coast.
my voice in the clip forever. I want a penny every time.
Okay, well then I'm
Use
not
it a lot.
I'm not going to use it.
a lot, dude. Not from you, from the.
But anyway, I worked with
ahead,
the
Big
guy one of the guys who was in the lawsuit. He was in the chain of custody of the gun. Real asshole. Guy was not a very safe guy to work for. We had problems on Brawl and Cell Block 99. for
Brandon
safety.
Lee.
I was about to say, because I just watched Crow not too long ago.
Wait,
Yeah.
because you mentioned Heath Ledger, but Heath Ledger died. Like he,
Right.
because
They basically had the film shot.
Yeah,
They just
he-
had to like, all right, we'll just have him dangling, and that'll be it.
he was so fucking method that he killed himself on an
Yeah,
Olsen
I agree.
twins house.
Yeah, they were just like, fuck. We weren't rolling. We told him to wait.
I know. That's why when Christopher Nolan mentioned him in the speech, I was hoping they would pan to Elizabeth Olsen and see her sitting there guilty, like, fuck, my sister's killed him.
They should have like a debrief when characters like go in that hard with like Heath Ledger. They should kind of just like, hey, you're gonna go spend some time in a hospital, just cause.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you lost your mind. We kind of know you because on set they had to have known.
Right.
He wasn't dropping it, probably,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway,
I forget that there was
we're
a
getting
story-
into industry talk. I
There
don't
was
know.
a
He knows
story
lot
where
of
there was a
industry.
story where some British actor, some great British actor, was on set with one of these method guys, and the method guy was stalking around set as the character, and the guy was like, "You know what? He should try sometime." Acting, Like, actually acting, just being yourself until it comes time to act.
Right.
Oh,
That's
no.
why I like Daniel Day-Lewis. He does it in a very safe way because he just puts himself on a farm away from everybody. He's like, oil? Fucking oil, dude. Goddamn. And then he's like, and then he goes and does it. Everyone on set's terrified, I guess, but
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
great story
just don't touch
about
oil near him.
Him
And
not
Liam
getting
Neeson-
shot in the head.
Liam
Yeah.
Neeson was apparently afraid of Daniel Day-Lewis on the set of what the fuck was
Gangs
that
of
movie?
New
Gangs
York?
of New York.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were enemies in the movie, and he would be like at lunch, and the whole crew eats together, and he'd be like sitting, and he'd look up, and Daniel Day-Lewis would just be like staring at him, like yeah, and he'd be like, oh
Dude,
my god, I'm so fucking
yeah, can you?
scared.
But yeah, you're a method actor. At what point? But there is like a level you'll go.
Yeah,
Right? There is like so he is doing it to like, but he's like, all right, because like right then and there, if he was super method like how is there any cases of that where someone
you
actually fucking like kills
Do
besides
you have to
Alec
give him a
Baldwin?
Nerf machete or whatever?
yeah,
Yeah, you imagine he just coming up, he just like,
yeah. You don't want to get a method
Dude,
actor.
this walks for you. It's like I'm actually fine. Can you please fucking stop?
Yeah, you don't want a method actor for like your Jeffrey Dahmer roles, your
Yeah,
like
right.
serial rapist roles. You don't want.
We should we should take a look at that kid with the dude that's doing all the fucking Jeffrey Dahmer
Evan
things. Make sure.
Peters?
Yeah.
He
Let's
plays
check
a
his
lot
boot.
this year. Yeah, he played a school shooter. That's where
That's
he
right.
introduced himself to the world,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
To just be like, I'm actually really good at playing these characters, and thank God I'm an actor, because otherwise I'd probably have to do this.
You're right, and he
Yeah.
played Quicksilver in the MCU, or not the MCU, the Sony Marvel universe. So he's very fast. So we have to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
him, because
wow.
not
He's-
only is he
he's
gonna be
evolving.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, yeah. If you just transported your fucking power from one movie to the next, and he's just eating people really fast. But you gotta eat a lot of
Yeah.
fucking people too, because you're
Your
Flash,
metabolism.
yeah.
Maybe that's how we diversify roles. If you're one role, that is also you gotta stay that role. Even when you catch another role, but you're that they're together now.
That's right.
So fucking gay Joker.
broke back.
You wanna know how I got these? You know how I got these hemorrhoids?
All right, people. It's time
good.
for the
That was
news,
a
man.
good-
That's
that's
a
a good
beautiful place
closing
to stop.
point. That was
great.
Let's hit it.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening,
Oh,
everybody.
man, that was a.
That's okay. That was not the news. What was going on?
I was mid
I hope
laugh.
you stayed with us.
Yes,
of
we
course I did.
Cody's so funny. He made our producer trigger the wrong sounds. We are not over yet. We are going to do the news, and as you guys know at home, if you stuck through the technically end of the episode there, you will know how the news works. And I'll explain it to you, Cody. Dave and I have written 15 jokes about the news this week. We are going to go one after the other, read them to each other. I have no idea what he has written. He has no idea what I have written. Good for you, because these are shit this week.
I peaked.
I'm glad.
Terrible.
You,
Terrible.
You said you had good. You said you believed in your shit today.
No, I meant yours.
Oh yeah. This. You're right. This is going to be bad. However, if we do a joke about the same news story, we have a joke off. You have watched us joke each other off
I
before.
I watch that quite often.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate you watching us
I
joke
can't
off.
stop watching.
Okay, so then you know what to do. If there is a joke off, you will be our judge.
Hell yeah.
Dave, would you like to go first?
I'm gonna sodomize you in these joke offs tonight.
Gotta be a bummer.
No buggery. No doubt to reunite after almost 10 years at Coachella as part of newly announced 2024 festival lineup. Although due to fans wondering if Gwen Stefani is too far gone from that punk rocker chick she once was, they'll now be performing under the name Doubt. I channeled my inner Ezra for that one.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you were better.
You cuck.
That's a very cute one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Start with a cute one.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You
It's not sodomy. You don't just ram it in.
All right. Mitt Romney said that some Trump supporters are, quote, out of touch with reality. The Mormon governor then put on his magic underwear in hopes to find a new third wife for his harem.
Ay vey. Video of more than 150 men performing fascist salute sparks outrage in Italy. Although some would call it progress that these Italian men are now using only one hand to communicate.
As long as they don't take this, they don't turn this into a fascist salute because, God
It's
damn
a
it, I
common
love
dude.
it.
I
Yeah,
love doing
it's
that.
fine if you made the ball. I have to kill them all.
purified.
Oh man, it's really a good one too. It's only a matter of time. Someone's like, "Yeah, we're doing it."
Woo! All right.
Kind of felt right.
So that's okay. Don't get his fascist, pseudo-fascist gestures.
Also, it looks like a butt.
All right. That's true. All right. Listen. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ends presidential campaign and endorses Donald Trump, marking a campaign that began with DeSantis taking a stand in fancy boots and ending with him on his knees licking them.
Nice. All right. Several fans treated for hypothermia at fourth coldest game in NFL history. Although thanks to the hypothermia, the one Chiefs fan got a little extra mileage out of the giant H on his chest.
The real winner of that game was Jason Kelsey. I don't know if you saw the picture of him. He won
had
that.
fun.
He won
had
that game.
fun.
He was all.
I think he's got a shot with
Taylor. You think
I think there's gonna be something weird happens there. I would like that. I would
Okay,
like
that would be great.
Gonna get Kelsey towered.
I think it's only right.
All right. Uvalde school massacre could have been stopped sooner, Department of Justice reports finds. If only Texas police that day had been confronted with a slightly easier Wordle. Because they were on their phones the whole time.
I like it. Good. We don't get enough Wordle jokes on the show, and Arnold Schwarzenegger detained at Germany airport over luxury watch. He had to face a lot of questions like where he got the watch and why did we for so long say it was blonde hair and blue eyes that made a physical specimen. Dumb.
Yeah, why do you get pulled over for a watch or taken aside for a watch?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
he-
Arnold
he didn't, like,
Schwarzenegger.
declare it
He
or
can
something.
afford a good watch, I assume.
Yeah. The Department of Justice says former IRS employee who leaked tax returns, Trump's tax returns, intentionally got job to disclose records, which isn't surprising, as everyone who applies to the IRS does so because they want to ruin somebody's life.
Okay. Are we good? I hear. Okay, no more clicking. I hear. Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak gets into screaming match with contestant, yells "Shut up!" This gave the world a glimpse of what Sajak is probably like off camera, and insight into why Vanna knows to just be quiet and smile.
What's funny that you said that? One of my friend's brother actually ran into Pat Sajak and he told him to go fuck himself.
Nice.
Wow.
So
I like it.
let that pile on, snowball effect. That's
Just
what he is
more-
like.
yeah.
Two
Yeah.
references right there. Just
Ooh.
know he's a piece of shit.
Good. Alex would never.
Yeah, no, Alex would never. He was a saint. All right. Speaking of television, Adam Harrison, son of Pawn Stars Rick Harrison, dead at 39. The funeral will be held whenever they can find a buyer. It's a great story, but it's a niche collector's item. It's got to sit on the shelf for a while.
Somebody died.
How could you say that about a 39-year-old man who overdosed on heroin?
Richard Simmons didn't approve Pauly Shore movie. I have never given my permission. Although this is how he found out the harsh truth, Pauly Shore's never been permission to be in a movie. It wasn't good enough to start over from the beginning. That was my one throw.
I'm real glad you stumbled because this is a joke
Oh,
off.
come on. One.
Good for you. I like the delivery on that, actually.
Do it and just give the points to you.
Yeah, why not? No, this is one of my favorite ones. This is one of the good ones I wrote this week. All right. Richard Simmons does not endorse Pauly Shore playing him in new biopic. Simmons was quoted as saying, "I want to see a weasel in me, not as me." Because he's all right.
I think I go with Dan on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad's got 9. Dave's got
You
7.
fucking look like an Encino Man junkie.
You look like a post-apocalyptic dentist.
I'm,
really.
I'm starting to fill my role and purpose in this earth.
I got to go for a 2-point conversion on this next fucking whatever. Melania Trump gives emotional tribute to late mother at Palm Beach funeral. Attendees were regaled with many stories of the fascinating life lived by Michelle Obama's mom.
Japan becomes 5th country to land on the moon and the first country to plant schoolgirls' panties there.
Yes, I looked at that one for a while. And nothing more funny than racist came up. So, yeah.
A problem I often have with some of these stories.
Over 580,000 beds were recalled after dozens of injuries. They'll make the necessary adjustments, and when ready, they'll announce to the public, now with softer headboards, you whores.
Here we go. This is coincidental. Grand jury indicts Alec Baldwin in Rust shooting for second time, proving Hollywood will make a sequel out of anything.
True story. Police searching for suspect who fatally shot snowplow driver. They made it as far as the end of the guy's driveway and said, that's good enough for today.
Hulk Hogan helps teen whose car flipped on highway by pulling him to safety, though the cheering of onlookers stopped when they realized he was just moving him to a better position to deliver a devastating series of leg drops.
All right. Sports Illustrated publisher lays off most of its staff, union says. Right-wingers are blaming it on Sports Illustrated for having a transgender cover girl who they assume gave them the idea of removing their staff.
See, that was a cute one and offensive. I like it.
No, the trans people love the jokes that I've made about that. No, I'm not even lying.
No, that was good. That was a good one. All right. California man dies after 3 different drivers hit him but never stop. And that's disgusting. The way California will find a way to even mix vehicular manslaughter with socialism.
Green Day trashes Trump again during Subway gig in disguise. Unfortunately, though, fans had their hopes up that they were going to go back to the classics when the band started playing in a place that reeked of Dookie.
That's good. I stared at that one for a while. I couldn't come up with anything. Meta documents show 100,000 children are sexually harassed daily on its platforms. Yeah, and the scary part is that is just counting Matt Rife crowd work reels.
AC Milan football match delayed in Italy after alleged racist chants from crowd. The most shocking thing about this is that any game in Italy's ever made it all the way to the end.
All right. All right.
Unification.
I'm finishing the game. All right. After DOJ challenge, judge blocks JetBlue Spirit Airlines merger because the American customer deserves a choice when it comes to the worst 3 to 5 hours of their entire life.
All right. California governor sacks effort to limit tackle football for kids. Fortunately, there are people out there who could teach children not to tackle now that Sean Desai and Matt Patricia are available for hire.
I like that one. Keeping it in the world of sports.
I give it 10 years before this is.
You're not allowed. We're going to be canceled for this
bad,
episode. Yeah, keeping it in the world of sports. New York Knicks owner set woman up for sexual assault by Harvey Weinstein, suit alleges. If true, this allegation would mark the first time the Knicks ever put someone in a great position to score.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
These are great.
All right, I'm going to switch these last two because I like this one. Okay. New Hampshire is investigating a robocall that was made to sound like Joe Biden. The people on the receiving end knew it wasn't the real Joe Biden, though, since at no point did the voice say, "Jill, how do you turn the volume up on this contraption? I can't hear anything."
That's great. And it's like you got that one in quick because that's like a story from today or something.
It's true.
Well done. All right.
Chronological.
That's great.
That's my thing.
Okay. Okay.
That's my trademark.
I didn't realize. I never realized. Plan for $400 million monkey breeding facility in Southwest Georgia draws protest as Georgia residents fight over who gets to breed the monkeys first.
They do love fucking animals. All right, last one for me. Black national anthem to be performed at Super Bowl 58 stirs debate on social media. White people were especially upset when the NFL announced that if the Super Bowl is Detroit versus Baltimore, they're not even going to play the original one. Might be a tad racist. I was told that
good.
might be.
No, you're good. You're
just
good.
a tad.
I was told. I was informed.
I ran that one by someone and I ignored them. That's kind of racist. I'm still going to do it. Yeah.
Well, only one person said it was racist. I'm not going to ask anyone else, so that way I can.
Right. I can just discount.
Like,
your
it was only
opinion.
one other person. I said, yeah, it was a tie. So it's like,
Yeah, if two people say it, you have to start considering it. So don't ask anyone else. All right, and my last one. Kendra Wilkinson defends getting high at a Sublime concert the day Hugh Hefner died. And say what you will about Playboy, there is no defense for seeing Sublime with Rome.
the lip ring. The lip ring. I think I might actually see them.
You saw Sublime
I
with Rome?
didn't. I have not. I would consider it, but I also.
But you'd have to drive home from that drunk as shit.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's that. I mean, if I'm doing that, that's the like I've already decided a third DUI. Like, there's no way I'm watching that sober.
Is that who you're
I'm
getting?
like,
Yeah.
woo, yeah. Was that the dude that did heroin and is alive again? Yeah, fuck
Dude,
yeah.
you show up and hit a tree. You know what I mean? You show up drunk. You're like, I'm fucked anyway. I'm staying for the concert.
Like, what's your ultimate band that it was like you get that third DUI, but you're like, I fucking saw them, worth it. It can't be Sublime with
Oh
Rome.
no, of course not. No, that's well, that's what the third DUI entails is that you're doing dumb shit. It's not something worth it. It's you're going down a bad path, and you're like, woo, yeah, this is the shit now. I gotta drink. Yeah, you're just making
It's
wrong
the
decision.
DUI equivalent of becoming paralyzed from sitting on the toilet.
But if there was a choice, it would have to be someone dead.
That's
Yeah.
a good
Like,
call. Yeah,
right?
Nirvana, like Kurt Cobain's head would have to reform.
Yeah, it would have to be someone where I could like no one believes me.
And then the band would have to reform. But first the head, then the band.
I think the band is not complicated to reform if his head is reforming.
Unless they're afraid of zombies. But, all right.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up by doing our plugs. Cody, what do you have coming up this week, next week, maybe that our listeners might come and see at?
I got a show somewhere in Delaware on February 4th at a certain time. Not really sure where everything is, but if you look on my social medias at right.cody, I have some stuff there. I started a weed game show. I have put on hiatus for now. It's coming back. It's you follow our Instagram at Ganja Game Show or on YouTube at Ganja Game Show, and that'll be cool. Eventually, we're gonna make that like a live thing where audience members can participate in kind of it's called Take a Rip. We're ripping off Price is Right.
Nice.
We're ripping off all.
Ripping off.
It's I'm the host, Bong Bork. Yeah. When he died, I'm like, we gotta go now. We gotta drop shit now, dude.
It's go time.
And then I realized
Drew Carey's name doesn't lend itself to anything.
we were trying to figure it out. We couldn't. We haven't had any assistant yet. But yeah, we need. If anyone's got any, hit us up.
Carey,
Okay.
you can make it like Carey, Carry, something. No.
Something like that. Yeah, like yeah.
I don't know the drug terminology.
Yeah.
No, you're just a shroom fiend.
Just once in the past decade.
What do you have coming up this week?
All right, I don't know what I'm recording my Gray Areas podcast episode, which I was misnaming this whole time until you guys corrected me.
That would be Jim K and Gary Sharp.
Yeah,
will be
Jim,
on the show
Jim
soon.
K's already been on the show. Gary will be on in 2 weeks. I'm at Punchline, February 1st. It's a Thursday show with Brad Trackman, Conrad Roth.
Cool.
So
Hell
yeah, and I'll do great. The club won't notice, and I'll continue on my merry way.
Sure.
Brad-
No one will
Brad
be in
Track-
the room to watch you. Yeah.
Brad Trackman one time hit me. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I come to the Flying W open mic and do a half hour?" I'm like, "Please, please, please, come do a half hour here in front of me and Andy Eklund." and who's the kid that Elvis? I heard the Paul Carson episode you guys were talking about.
Yeah,
He's
Elvis.
the special needs.
Yeah, you can
person.
say his name
Yeah.
because he's fucking famous. He's been doing better than all of us in comedy. He's like dancing for the Philadelphia Phillies when they're in the world.
Shit.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for
Yeah.
Elvis. Second most
Yeah.
famous Elvis.
Another
what
guy
a- what a-
died on the toilet, right?
Yeah.
Legs probably
probably
numb.
numb.
Look
Probably
at that, guys.
stopped the blood flow.
Bringing it all the way around.
You're gonna die of a heart attack.
I'm
You hear
built, I'm built better than Elvis.
Yeah, you
and teenage kids.
He's trying to. That's why he was trying to wake his legs up. He's just taking a shit. Like, fuck.
All right.
Damn,
Yeah, what do you got?
This weekend, I will be hosting at Wisecrackers at the Mohegan Sun in Wilkes-Barre. So come and see me if you're in the Scranton area. We got 3 shows, one Friday, and then 2 shows on Saturday. I'll be opening for Anthony DeVito.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. Should be a good time.
Neil.
Oh, you can just go to IamNeilWood.com for all my dates and details, or I am Neil Wood. Go over to Drop Tent, on YouTube, online. Go check out all the shows that we have coming up. You can see these guys and more, a bunch of other podcasts, and of course their merch. Don't forget to check out some of their merch in the store. You can check out the weekday merch.
Our new leg belt.
Leg belt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a leg belt going at droptent.com.
You gotta get the real one.
You gotta get the real one. Well said, Cody.
Wait, with notch, because I got the no notch belts now.
No notches.
The
Yeah, well,
braided-
that's what
do
you
braided
want.
belts?
Huh?
You doing a braided
It's
belt
like
now?
you just tap the metal
Oh,
piece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's what you want because you need. It's everyone. It's one size fits all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's our show.
Yeah. That's the
next
show.
week-
Did you plug droptent.com? Did you?
Yeah, of course. Yep,
Okay.
just
very
did
good.
it.
I went on a belt rant before
Yeah,
you got
you
to
cut him off. You cut him
all
off
good.
with your belt.
Yeah, check out all the other podcasts on the network. Don't forget to like and subscribe on iTunes and everywhere you see the Weekday Comics as well, guys. That helps them out a bunch and keep them climbing.
Try everyone.
Try him.
Yeah. And
What?
follow us if you haven't already. We're 3 away from 600.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
making moves. We're making
Oh,
serious
shit.
moves. So yeah.
Yeah.
Soon we can. Soon we take over.
Can I end this?
Yes. Thank you. Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of Drop 10 Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to drop10.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see Drop 10 on. We appreciate it. Go to drop10.com now.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.